What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to 3 Star Draw. I am Down South 77. 77. I think I'll leave that in. This is an adult collector channel where we talk about G.I. Joe, mostly G.I. Joe Classified. Every now and then we might look at something else. Who knows? If it's got that little star on there somewhere, we might look at it. And I also like to look at some other stuff from some other lines that I am interested in. And if I pick something up, I'm probably going to show you guys. Just, that's what I do. It's my thing. So I've been able to finally hunt down some of the new wave of Joes that are coming out, or depending on where you live and what retailer you go through, they've been out. Some of them have been out, and some of them aren't coming out for 6 weeks. So they tell us, and then some they don't even tell us at all when they're coming. But this is the one that I've been waiting on out of this most recent wave of figures that we're getting. This is the one I've been waiting on for a long time, it seems like, and we're getting all of these guys within about, I don't know, about 8 months, 9 months. We're going to look in this video at number 123. We're going to look at Dreadnok Torch. Torch completes my Dreadnoks. I've got Buzzer, and I've got Ripper, and now I have Torch. I have Zartan, I have Zorana. My Dreadnoks are complete. Now I need Xandar. I'd like Monkey Wrench, and I'd like Thrasher. But if we never got Monkey Wrench and we never got Thrasher, I would be okay because I have Buzzer, I have Ripper, and I have Torch now. And I just checked my phone before I started filming this, and I guess I have another Torch too because I forgot to cancel the separate Torch that I ordered on Amazon when I got these guys from GameStop. So check your GameStops because they seem to actually be reliable lately. Let's look at Torch because I'm excited. Can you tell? I want to see what Torch looks like. Alright, there he is, ladies and gentlemen. Tom Winkin from Botany Bay, New South Wales, Australia. Damn, this is a fantastic looking figure. So this is how he comes packed in. That's what he looks like with all his stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it while I get all of his stuff out because of the lovely crinkling sound that these make. But hey, at least I know he was actually in there. All right, we got him out there, got all of his stuff, and I will tell you 2 things. One, if I had have left this microphone on trying to get him and all of his accessories out of that tray, you guys would be deaf right now. And 2, if these were NECA accessories, they would be broken into pieces trying to get them out of that plastic tray. As much as I am glad that we have window boxes back, man, them trays are something else. Somebody that is trying to steal those in a store, you're going to alert every employee within a mile radius. All right, I don't even know where to begin. So take a look at his backpack. And there we go. We saw that. We talked all about that. The Knox rule, spelled wrong, of course. And I know they said that this was a gag because Torch is supposed to be illiterate. I don't think this is a gag. I think somebody did not know how to spell Dreadnok, and they put this on there, and it just made it through and was too late to change by the time it got through. I think that's a convenient MacGuffin to explain this, but we'll go with that, I guess. Well, I don't like they would not have corrected him. That was my whole thing when they mentioned that. They are part of a bike club, do not forget, and their name is the Dreadnoks. somebody who is much more literate than he is would have quickly reminded him that that is not how you spell the name of the club. Aside from that, I like the backpack. Would have been cool if these tanks were a different color, but the yellow and black works. I like the little skull symbol on there with the flames and all the X's. I wonder what the X's are. Perhaps people that he torched. Who knows? Some good detail on that connector hose there. Goes around. I don't know. I'm not sure what kind of tanks all of these would be. Torch is more of a flamethrower than a cutting torch, although we've seen him do all of those. So maybe he has oxygen and acetylene, and maybe one of these is liquid, the liquid fuel that's for flamethrowers. I don't know. Not going to spend a whole lot of time on it, though. That does seem to be a quite longer backpack peg, so there is hope maybe it will stay on. As you can see, I have his mates, Buzzer and Ripper's sidekick. I have appointed him because Ripper needs a koala. Mr. Figure of the Year 2023. They are here to welcome their mate. So he does have this hose, plugs in right here. Believe this is the same hose that we've seen a few times on other figures. This one is all black. I was gonna say it would have been cool if the attachments were silver, or the fitments, but it kind of works with the whole theme of the black there. So he does come with these two pistols. Not much to him. Just he can dual wield pistols if he needs to. Has those. Now let's get down to the nitty gritty. This is what we've all been waiting to see right here. I know that's what I've been waiting to see, is this blast effect. It's actually kind of rigid. It is not it's not super soft plastic like the ones that come with scrap iron. It's bent just a little bit, and I'm pretty sure I did that trying to get it out of that package. But you can see that it does change color. This is where he goes in. It's more orangey coming out, and then as the flame spreads out, and actually it seems like this really ought to be at this end, but I'm not I ain't gonna nitpick that. But as it spreads out and the flame disperses, it loses some of the orange hue there, so that looks really, really cool. Got this effect that plugs in to my floor down there. Let's go grab that. All right, take two. So it has this effect that plugs in, and this is the standby effect when he is not putting the fuel to the torch. Somewhat similar to the flamethrowers from Alien, with maybe what Ripley was carrying. And then you have this shorter one, and this one actually seems more right. But either way, these are rigid effects, and I would think that these would be bendier than scrap irons, but they said they're improving the quality of the plastic, so as far as these go, they definitely have. Let's look at the main attraction. This is his torch. It is a little bit bent, because of course it is. So his trigger for it is in the front. I'm not sure what this is, because it's not well. That looks like a trigger mechanism in the back. That's a squeeze handle, which you do see on torches. So maybe he just put a pistol grip on the front of it, although it has a trigger too. I don't know. It looks like he can really hold this either way. So whatever way you can get it in his hand, it does look like he's holding it on the art with his right hand. So either way, it's going to be cool either way. So then we've got the skull there with the flames shooting out the eyes. The presentation of this is great. That looks absolutely absolutely fantastic. It's got some sculpting there on the little skull where it's got ridges and stuff. Looks great. And then the skull has spikes on top of it to top it all off. So really got nailed the metal punk kind of design with it. So let's look at the man himself, as I've been waiting to get this figure for quite a while. Now, Torch was not my favorite Dreadnok. Buzzer is my favorite of the original 3 Dreadnoks. I've stated that many times, and I've also stated many times what a disappointment that figure is. And then they went the complete opposite direction with Ripper, who is one of the best classifieds yet. Oh, he looks good. His necklace. He's got his necklace, and it is a separate piece. It's movable. Chains look good. Jacket looks good. He's got the beat it jacket there. A little bit of texture to it. It looks like it's, it looks like leather. It looks like worn leather. It's stitching up there on top to hold his chains in place. Like the skull. Now I do kind of wonder how he keeps these chains from slipping, but not gonna get into too many semantics there. Silver studs on the back. He's got a silver studded bicep bracelet, and I do like that he's got the flame tattoos on his forearms. That is a fantastic touch. Suits him just well, and no other visible tattoos anywhere. He's got flames embroidered on his pockets, because of course he does. I wonder how heavy that belt is. Nice skull belt buckle there. Actually looks like the Willie G. Harley Davidson logo a little bit. Dual holsters for his unimpressive pistols. So overall, out of the box, figure looks great. He's good as I had hoped. That knee is really stiff, which is better than really loose. So that one broke free a little easier. There we go. Remember, equal pressure. Don't just grab and squeeze it, Harley. Don't yank it. Don't see any issues with articulation. There's ab crunch there. A little loose, but I think we should come to expect that from most of these figures at this point. So it also has his chain wristlets, and those are not sculpted in, so you could take those off if you wanted. They're going to slide right off. I don't know why you'd want to, unless it has some kind of effect on him holding the torch. And he does have these big giant boots. People don't like the shin guards, but this is a type of boot he would have worn. This looks like rigid leather uppers on these boots, and if you're wielding a flamethrower that you're often aiming down, I'm surprised they didn't give him just complete total chaps. I'm glad they didn't, but actually chaps would make more sense. But semantics. So let's gear him up. That goes in there nice, and it's in too. That's what we need out of these backpacks, because these backpacks in this line are, for the most part, trash. I hate most of the backpacks that most of the classifieds come with. The ones that will actually stand well with their backpacks on, I will leave them on. A lot of them go into storage bags in my storage tote. Holsters seem to be staying up okay. Hands pretty pliable there. I want to see if we can get both hands on this, because I'm wondering if for the trigger mechanism for this thing to actually fire, maybe you have to squeeze both triggers. I'm wondering if that's the way it's set up. Again, I mean, it is a toy, so I guess you could say it's whatever you want it to be. So he's going to get... It does bend a little, but I think that'll work out, yeah. That'll work out with positioning him. And we all know how these original Dreadnok hoses went, don't we? Especially Rippers. Rippers was the worst. Torches actually wasn't nearly as bad as Rippers was for his Jaws of Life. So you're going to have to work with it a little bit to get it where it's not bent, but it's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be that difficult to do. You just got to free those joints up a little bit. And I'm sure you can probably also run the hose underneath, under his arm, and come up. Let's see which way looks better. That's not too bad right there. So yeah. I know, man. Torch may be coming for Big Boa's figure of the year so far for me. Ankles do seem a little weak once you get them broke loose and get them freed up. Not too bad, but I bet this blast effect's going to be heavy. Goes in there nicely. Hey, look at that, man. That looks great. Get his knee bent just a little. That's probably going to be my main complaint with this guy is weak ankle rockers. That's one thing I really wish they would fix on some of these figures, because I don't want all of them looking like they're throwing weight on the back feet, because he's not going to have much recoil with his weapon. So aside from that, I really like him. He ain't perfect because I'm having trouble with the ankles. But we'll get him to stand. Try some different effects and see how they look in there. It looks really good. I really like these blast effects. Let's get the standby effect, because I think on the shelf, if you're just having the three of them posed, I think on the shelf probably this is the one you're gonna go with. If you got them in an action pose or something, you're gonna go with one of the other ones, but just with it down at the standby, at the ready on that order from Zartan to heat something up. I'm gonna have to heat this up, that's for sure. That's gonna bug me. So blast effects are nice and I guess rigid. But the weapon itself is not very great. Looks great, but not very great for bendability. I guess you can get it bent back out. So I'm not a fan of the ankle rockers. That's really my only issue with him that I see so far, is he's just got those stupid weak ankles. And I don't always just want him standing like he's standing at attention, you know. And most of my figures I do have in a kind of a vanilla pose, just because I got so many of them so close together. And on my other shelf where I've got Quick Kick and Techno Vipers, they are in more of a good action pose. But I'm impressed with Torch. He's a really, really good figure. I don't think he's better than Ripper. But man, I am glad to have the three of them back together. Or I guess together for the first time in Classified. Really need to applaud Buzzer for actually managing to stand up through this whole review with his sticky tack held on glasses. And Rippers actually stay on. That was one thing I really liked about the Ripper figure, was his glasses are removable, but they stay on. For Torch, they are molded in. They're kind of a weird color, but I don't know, it fits in okay. I mean, they got his hair looks good. They got his headband right. Got his lemmy mutton chops. All that looks good. He's great detail on this figure. A lot went into getting the sculpt right on this figure, I believe. So I'm impressed with Torch, y'all. If you're a Dreadnok person, it's a no-brainer, right? You gotta have Torch. So, Dreadnok Torch, number 123. You guys, from me, he is going to get a 4.25 yeehaws. His floppy torch and weak ankle rockers do detract from him a little bit. But no, I tell you what, I'm gonna make that a 4.5 because he nails everything he does. That's my thing, is does it convey everything the figure needs to be, and then go from there. And yeah, he totally does. He's got the look, he's got the tools to do what a Dreadnok do. The ankles and the bendy torch, I can't take that much off for that. Because it is a good looking figure. So Dreadnok Torch, y'all, 4.5 yeehaws. What do you guys think? Did you pick him up? Are you picking him up? Did you get him? You getting him 6 weeks from now when Hasbro decides to ship them? Let me know down in the comments. Are you guys glad to see the original 3 Dreadnoks back together? Because I sure am. If you like this review, I would appreciate, hit that thumbs up, hit that like. Maybe that'll make my dog quit barking. And I will see y'all next time on 3-Star Draw.